So, here we are, you guys. I want to do a quick, hopefully very quick video on kind of the layout for the rest of the semester, Mr. Osborne, Fairview High School, Spring 2020. And where we are at is we have been informed that we will be online for the rest of the semester. I don't know any other specifics as far as finals week or any of those details. So the plan I'm going to lay out for you right now is subject to change, but I'm pretty confident this is how we will end up. It'll also give you guys, everyone a good heads up on the timeline for our research paper. Okay, so right now we are in week 4 of home learning, and so Tuesday I introduced the genocide project. You guys started forming groups, hopefully started doing some work on that, posted a cheat sheet. Wednesday is another work day for the genocide project. On Thursday, during week 4, I want you to start working on your research paper and filling out that proposal. Again, only about 5 minutes, just kind of get things going. And Friday, finish up that group project. Okay. Moving into week 5, what you're going to find is that about 2 days a week are dedicated just for your research paper. And I feel like that should be enough time. And on the other days, I'll supplement with some sort of lecture, lesson, and discussion question prompts. But I may not have any major summative writing task like we were doing with the weekly reflections, so that you have more time to work on that research paper. So week 5 and week 6 are about 20th century China. So week 5 is going to focus on kind of that transition period from the Qing dynasty, the end of that imperial era, all the way up through World War II. And then on week 6, we're going to talk about when 1949 is when the Communist Party of China takes power, all the way up through kind of the modern open door policy era that was implemented towards the mid to late 80s. And that's kind of cover our last major unit, if you will, looking at 20th century China. Within week 5, I feel like we're going to talk about the last emperor into the new republic. We're going to talk about the Chinese Civil War, and then World War II and the Japanese war crimes and kind of atrocities against the Chinese people. That's an important lesson I feel that we need to have a takeaway for, or an understanding of, so that you kind of understand that relationship dynamic that between Japan and China and why the blood is so bad between the two. When we go into week 6, we're going to talk about Mao Zedong, the Great Leap Forward, the Cultural Revolution. Those are kind of the major events of the 20th century in communist China. And by talking about them, I feel you guys will kind of understand. Then we can move on. Week 7 and week 8, so the second to last week and the last week, the two major topics are going to be kind of that transition with the petrodollar and the shift to the Middle East kind of being a major factor in the world, in the power dynamics, hard and soft power. If we have time, so week 8 is probably the one that's going to change, but we'll try and stick to this. We're taking a look at 9/11, kind of reflecting on this entire American century, starting with World War I and leading up to 9/11, and kind of have a closure activity with hard and soft power. Good. So as far as your research paper, you're going to have 2 weeks, 2 days for the next 2 weeks to work on it. But I do want you to have that turned in on May the 8th, which is a Friday. The sooner you have it turned in, the sooner I will grade it. Okay, so similar to what we did last semester, first come, first served. I will track who turned in their papers first. I'll give you feedback on the draft, and then you will have an opportunity to resubmit it for a better grade. Okay? I believe that is all I really wanted to spell out in this quick video. And again, we have been informed that we're online for the rest of the semester. This is my game plan. I'm going to stick to it. If I receive guidance, I will make changes. But for right now, this is what you all can expect for the rest of the year. Have a good night.